Dictatorship is a form of the government which is controlled by only one person or at most a very few persons. The best two examples of this form are Adolf Hitler, who was dictator of government in Germany in 1934, and Kim Jong-un, who became supreme leader of North Korea in 2011. When we look it closely in dictatorship, people are incapable of declaring what service they want. Dictator and his supporters are the ones who rule everything and everyone has. They decide what tax they will collect from people. People also need permission in order to move to other places. The reason why it failed may be lack of responsibility. When the government have absolute power, they would have more chance to please themselves rather than quality of the people in country. Second reason is that dictatorship restricts freedom. Without freedom to criticize, people are unable to say what they think, they just have to listen to the other. So problem couldn't be discovered and solved and make everything worse. Monarchy. Monarchy is a form of government that controlled by a king. Most of the king remain until death or abdication. There are two forms of monarchy. First, absolute monarchy. Second, limited monarchy. Let's talk about absolute monarchy first. In absolute monarchy, the king has ultimate authority to run a state. He can do everything he likes, including administration, taxes, justice, and policy. Good example is in France. King Louis VIII was only a child when he ascended to the throne. Many nobles were executed because they are found to be plotting against king. But in the limited monarchy, the king's power is limited by the laws. For example, the rule might be the king has to ask other nobles for permission to open war. The significant problem is inheritance. Kings who inherit the throne don't have skills to make an effective rules. Another problem is power of nobles. The king may not be able to control nobles who is powerful enough to ignore king, since most of nobles own some land and have responsible for it. Oligarchy is a form of government where most political power effectively rests with a small segment of society and privileged groups for corrupt or selfish purposes. In this type of form, it's quite similar to dictatorship. Only difference is that oligarchy had to listen to others in family. Main reason why oligarchy failed is that the oligarchs weren't nice to lower caste people, and eventually the tyrants came to power. The poor people hated the oligarchs. Theocracy. The term theocracy signifies belief in government by divine guardian, a form of regime in which religion or faith plays the dominant role. It denotes a political unit governed by a deity or by official thought to be divinely guided, by ascribing the authority and the power to God, and by persuading all the people to have a regard to Him. Example: theocracy were known among ancient people as in Egypt. Vikings represent an event encountered the deity. In pharaonic Egypt, the king was considered a divine or semi-divine figure who ruled like God peers. This was the case also with early American civilizations such as the Mayas, Toltecs, Aztecs, and Nazis. First example of advantages is protect the interests of citizens. The citizens have the right to vote on political, social, and economical issues as well as the representatives that they want to be in charge of major decisions. This clearly protects the citizens from anything they disagree with occurring. Second, promotes equality. Democracy is generally based on the rule of equality. This means that all members of a country or a state are equal in the eyes of law. Every individual has the right to enjoy and experience equal economic, political, and social rights, and the state is not allowed to discriminate citizens on the standard of sex, caste, property, and religion. Disadvantages of democracy. First, give more emphasis on quantity instead of quality. There is also the possibility of being governed by incompetent and irresponsible leaders. Some say that under this political system, there is no quality for only the rich or famous are prioritized and not the poor. Next disadvantage is long choice. Not all individuals under a democratic country are aware of political and social circumstances in their country. Some of them are not even acquainted in political issues. This may lead to erroneous decisions and selection in the event of election. Democracy in Thailand has many aspects similar to the original. People have the right of citizens. First, the right to have property, which means owner can make use of it. For example, they can let other people land their house or sell land. Second, the right to choose religion. Everyone is free to choose their own religion. Finally, the right to have their own job. People are able to form or join any organization and can choose their own job. So, what is missing? First, no election since military take over the government. Second, rule of law, in which the laws and procedures apply equally to all citizens. For example, the rich usually use money to avoid punishments when they did something bad. Lastly, people have no right to say or give opinion about loyalty. On May 2014, the military stepped in and signed power form an elected government, that resolved Thailand's constitution. By granting the military sweeping powers to arrest, detain individuals without court warrants, censor the media, and ban public demonstration among other powers. The military also launched a national reform effort aimed at rewiring the country's political system. Indeed, it has already been announced that the next constitution currently being drafted by of one the Janata Rubber Stamp Council and will allow for an unelected prime minister to take the helm in the event of a political crisis. So now Thailand is like democracy.